Well, hey there. Welcome to Movie Review Mom, the place where we love to talk about movies. Today, the movie I'm reviewing is called Operation Fortune, Ruse de Guerre. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that correctly, even though I am trying to learn French on Duolingo. Anyway, this fun spy movie from Guy Ritchie is now playing in select theaters. The movie is rated R and is an hour and 54 minutes. So I'm going to give you an overview in a nutshell, and then I'll point out things I liked and things I didn't like, as well as offer some tips for parents, themes worth talking about, funny lines, interesting lines, and we'll toss in some recommendations for some other movies that I think you might also like if you like this one. All right, let's dive in. In a nutshell, in this film, super spy Orson Fortune, played by Jason Statham, who's hilarious, must track down and stop the sale of a deadly new weapons technology wielded by billionaire arms broker Greg Simmons, who's played brilliantly by Hugh Grant. Reluctantly teamed with some of the world's best operatives, played very well by Aubrey Plaza, Carrie Ills, and Bugsy Malone, Fortune and his crew recruit Hollywood's biggest movie star, Danny Francesco, who's played by Josh Hartnett, to help them on their globe-trotting undercover mission to save the world. The film was directed and written by Guy Ritchie with additional writing help from Ivan Atkinson and Marn Davies. All right, so let me share some of the things that I really liked about this movie. First of all, I always get a kick out of Guy Ritchie movies. I'm a fan, for sure. He's great at providing action, humor, stunning locations, stylish costume design, money and more money about a bunch of spoiled rich people, and very entertaining characters. And he doesn't disappoint in this film. The fantastic cast includes all of the people I just mentioned, as well as Eddie Marsan and Peter Ferdinando, and of course more. But they all look like they're having an absolute blast, which always makes it more fun for audiences to watch. Hugh Grant truly steals the show. So if you enjoy him in this, definitely check him out in the upcoming movie Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. Hilarious. In both movies, he plays not exactly similar characters, but similarly snarky and hilarious characters. I'll do my review of Dungeons and Dragons here in just a little bit. But anyway, in this movie, there's also lots of visual and spoken humor with amusing and oh so cool banter between characters. They're snarky, cool, and extremely amusing. I'm a huge fan of Carrie Ills, and I always pronounce his name incorrectly. Yules. Somebody comment down below and help me. I've been a fan ever since The Princess Bride, and I still can't pronounce his name. And by the way, I love that movie so much. And so if you do too, you'll see a little Easter egg for fans of The Princess Bride in a scene where he and Jason Statham's character talk about swiping hotel keys. If you've seen Princess Bride, pay attention, you'll see it. So, Ruse de Guerre, does that sound French? Anyway, it means ruse of war, but it also means combat trickery and war cunningness, if that's a word, cunningness. And there's a lot of that in the movie, so it's aptly named. Parts of the movie were filmed in Turkey and Qatar and England, and I love being able to go travel around the world in movies, and we get to do that in this film. There are plenty of entertaining action sequences, although not as many as the typical Guy Ritchie film. And I just reviewed John Wick, which is the ultimate in action sequences and fighting choreography. You'll have to watch my review on that movie. But so if you enjoy this movie, you're going to be happy to know that there are sequels that are expected. Keep watching also during the final rolling credits at the end of the movie for another cute little scene. So with all that praise, there still were a few little things that I didn't like so much. For example, the plot is very simple and easy to follow. Now, some critics are complaining it's too simple and yet still messy. I would say the plot was simple and easy to follow, but in a spy type of a movie, you kind of expect some twists and turns, and this movie was fairly straightforward. The release of the movie was put on hold because of one of the bad guys in the story is actually Ukrainian. Too soon? So I guess finally they decided, it's been going on for over a year, the Ukrainian war, or the war in Ukraine. And so I guess they figured it was okay to release the movie. Anyway, let me know, comment down below if you think that's in poor taste or it's fine. I mean, there's bad guys in every country, right? War or no war. Some of the action sequences look like they're straight out of video games. They're in that way kind of straightforward and not super creative, although there are a few creative moments. While audiences are enjoying this spy flick, critics are hating it. Let me give you some tips for parents. There's lots of profanity, including F-bombs, sexual innuendos, talk of a homosexual relationship, of course, fighting, destruction, high dead body count, that kind of stuff. Some of the themes that are illustrated well are teamwork, respect for others, greed and power, and doing what's good for humanity. So I like to write down funny lines and interesting lines so you can kind of get a feel for the movie. And so some of the funny lines, well, you can see all of them on my written review at moviereviewmom.com. But some of the funny lines are, here's one, for example, by Carrie Yules. His character's name is Nathan Jasmine. And he says, there's a price to pay for having a certain set of skills, being as brilliant as you are. And he's saying that tongue in cheek. There's lots of sarcastic banter among the characters, which I think is pretty fun and entertaining. And then there's this character played by Eddie Marsan, and his character's name is Knighton, and he's British, and he says, the clock ticketh, like Shakespearean English or something. All right, so let me give you some recommendations for some other films that I think that you will also like if you like this one. The first one being The Man from U.N.C.L., or UNCL. That, I think, was the first Guy Ritchie movie I had seen, just uber stylish and funny and witty, clever, and all of that. And I really got a kick out of that. And so if you're new to Guy Ritchie, definitely check that one. I think that one was better than this one, but you be the judge and then let me know what you think. Another one is with Jason Statham. It's called Wrath of Man. And I really liked it because his personality, or his character, really struggles with doing what's right and doing what's, criminal behavior, basically. But there's more to it than that. But there's some depth to it, in addition to kind of spying and sleuthing and, shooting and fighting and that kind of stuff. And then another one of a franchise series from the Kingsmen is The Gentleman. That's their most recent one, I think. I'm pretty sure. And I liked the very first Kingsman movie better, I think. But for recentness, is that a word? Check that one out as well. All right, that's it for my review. Thank you so much for watching till the very end. I really appreciate that. And when you like the video or hit subscribe, that sends magical fairy YouTube juice all over my channel and helps people find it so that it can grow. My goal is to give parents, or anybody really, but parents especially, the heads up on filmmaking quality and content so that you can make the best decision for your own family as to whether or not you want to watch a movie. Have a fantastic day, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.